for more than 1,300 years. Long before Atlantic slave ships touched African shores, Africans were captured, marched, sold, transported, exploited across the Sahara Desert, across the Red Sea, across the Indian Ocean. This was not a short moment in history. It was a system, a vast organized network that shaped Africa and the world for generations. Yet today, it remains one of the least spoken chapters of the African story. As economies expanded across North Africa, Arabia, and Persia, the demand for labor grew. People were needed in homes markets, farms, armies, workshops, plantations, pearl diving waters, royal palaces. Africa became the source. African kingdoms were not united. Conflicts erupted, rivalries deepened, raids increased, economic pressure grew. These divisions created opportunities for traders, middlemen, and empires. What followed became the longest continuous slave system in African history. Captives came from many places. Some were prisoners of war, some were taken during raids, some were kidnapped along caravan routes, some were seized while farming, others while fetching water. Children were especially vulnerable. Once captured, many were forced across the Sahara Desert, one of the harshest environments on Earth. Caravans stretched for kilometers. People walked for weeks under burning heat. Some collapsed from exhaustion, others died from thirst. The desert claimed thousands before they ever reached a market. To prevent escape, traders used neck forks, ankle chains, wrist shackles, thick ropes. Freedom was crushed step by step. Slave markets operated openly for centuries. In Cairo, Zanzibar, Baghdad, Damascus, Mecca, Medina, Muscat, Basra, Constantinople, Indian coastal cities. People were inspected, priced, sold, lives reduced to numbers. From West Africa, captives were moved through Kano Agadez, Fezzan toward Cairo, Tunis, Tripoli, beyond the Mediterranean. In the east, cities like Zanzibar, Kilwa, and Mogadishu became major trade centers. Some young boys were forcibly castrated to serve as eunuchs in royal courts. They were forbidden from having families, assigned to administrative and palace roles. Historical records show many did not survive the procedure. Many women were forced into domestic labor, cooking, cleaning, childcare. Some were placed in private households as concubines. Their suffering often went unseen and unrecorded. Others worked on date plantations. Some were forced into pearl diving, a dangerous job beneath deep waters. Many drowned. Many never returned. Some captives became soldiers, guards, administrators. A few rose to influence, but only within the system that enslaved them. Dhow ships carried captives across the Indian Ocean to Arabia, Persia, and India. For centuries, this trade continued generation after generation. In the 9th century, in present-day Iraq, tens of thousands of African laborers rose up. They fought back. For 14 years, they challenged one of the most powerful systems of their time. This rebellion became known as the Zanj Uprising, one of the largest slave revolts in world history. The legacy of this trade still lives on. Across East Africa, the Middle East, South Asia, in language, in culture, in communities that still exist today. And just as this system evolved, another force arrived from across the ocean. A new chapter was beginning. This was the first African slave trade, a story of suffering, of survival, of strength, and to understand what came after, we must never forget what came before.